Jared, what changed for you in the second half?
I've been playing here for a while, so I kind of know the game's about runs. I know as the game goes on, I'll get freed up. I have my opportunities. Just my teammates continuously picking me up, knowing that I'm going to get my shots off and I'm going to have the opportunity. So, my teammates were big for me, and they always knew that I was going to come back in the second half stronger.
Jared, you mentioned when we talked Thursday night, you couldn't forget about the game 2 years ago. That was on your mind. How much did that motivate you today? What was that like to exact some revenge?
Oh, absolutely, man. I give credit to Rutgers, man. They're a hell of a team. But, I had a bad taste in my mouth from 2 years ago. I have this picture in my phone that I never forget about of some kid on the bench at Rutgers that was screaming in my face when I fell on the floor. And that's something that resonated with me forever. And every time I think of Rutgers, I think of that moment. So I knew I was going to come out here and try to be a dog as much as I could.
When did that moment take place, late in the game?
I'm not sure. I think I was going for a loose ball and I fell on the floor. But something I never forget. I take everything like that personal.
Bryce, what does it tell you about the team depth when all three of you guys up there at one point in the game just absolutely dominating, especially offensively?
I mean, we got a lot of talented players on this team. I mean, it's no surprise. Everyone knows that. So whoever's going, whoever's hot, we look towards that person to kind of carry it, and we just play around that person. Kay was electric in that first half. Jared, like you said, he's a dog from the very beginning. We all, eat off that energy. He just happened to make shot. My bad. He just didn't. He wasn't knocking down shots in the first half, but a player as talented as him is going to come around. So we're not worried about that. He's a dog. But like I was saying, we're a very talented team, and we got a lot of depth, and we use that to our advantage.
Just what's it like for you to be able to be out there healthy and playing like this at such a high level after kind of a frustrating year last year?
It's just fun. Thankful. All praise to the Most High for that.
What about the crowd tonight? What can you say about that?
Oh, man, it was ecstatic, man. I think they were really electric, man. It's probably one of the loudest games I've played here at Seton Hall. They're so heavily involved, screaming your name and, cheering you on. I think they changed the momentum of the game with the runs and just picking you up no matter what. So I think it's great, man, and I can't wait for them to keep supporting us.
Kadary and Bryce, this is for both of you. What was it like playing in this game, this rivalry, for the first time? And in the first half, both of you keyed that 14-0 run with 5 points apiece.
I could say it was fun, like just prepping for it and knowing the guys that have been here for a while and what they've been through throughout the rivalry. So just coming out there and performing was a very fun experience for me.
Did you get up for it a little bit more, though?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sarah, you at the end of the game, you're waving your arms to the student section, and they're chanting back, "We own Jersey." What was that like for you?
It's an amazing feeling, I think for a kid like Bryce, who grew up in Jersey his whole life, and just to have that experience and share that moment with him, and a kid like Jameer as well, who's, Jersey kid as well, and I know how much these type of games mean to them, and I know how much these type of games mean to Seton Hall fans, and the alumni specifically. So it was a big-time win, and we had a short turnaround from the Texas game, and it was a big time for us to, not get too high and come back and bounce back and be able to get another good win.
Jared, Rutgers has gotten a lot of attention lately, even last March for making the tournament for the first time in 30 years, even last week for beating number one. I mean, was it important to you guys to remind people that you're the more successful program?
I mean, we don't really care about that too much. We just try to go out there and play the best brand of basketball that we play. The rivalry is cool and all, but at the end of the day, you're trying to win a game. It's not so much about, blue or red or whatever the case is. It's just about trying to win the most basketball games as possible.
Just one more, guys. We got Coach waiting outside.
Jared, big picture, what do you think you guys have proven, been beating a couple top 10 teams that beat your rival tonight?
I think we've proven that we're one of the best teams in the country. It's a statement that I've standed on since my press conference in the media day a couple months ago, and I'm going to continue to stand on that. We are the best. We are one of the best teams in the country, and we're one of the most talented teams by far.
Last one, Zach.
What is a healthy Bryce meant for this team?
Oh man, a healthy Bryce it's magnificent for us, man. just to see him out there moving as well as he is, and such a passionate leader and someone who just picks everybody together and allows us all to be ourselves, with him still flourishing is amazing. And I think, last year seeing Bryce just battle so many injuries and for him to just bounce back in such a good morale, and Bryce never had a day where he was trying to let his emotions impact everybody else, and I feel like that's big time, and I'm really grateful for Bryce.
Bryce, what is this game? I mean, I guess the game in the week, it's been a big week for basketball in New Jersey. What is, just I guess with the atmosphere tonight, you both had really big wins, the other day. Does it mean a little something to you?
Well, it's the first time for me being a part of the Seton Hall versus Rutgers game, so it was fun. It was a fun experience. But like Jared said, it's another game that we're going out there and competing and just trying to win. So hats off to Rutgers. We're just taking it a day at a time, a game at a time, and we're just trying to improve each and every day. No, of course not.
All right, coaches outside.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Such a team that coming off an emotional game winning against Texas, they're able to get back up to this high-intensity game, play the way they did.
Jared, I thought both teams. I give a lot of credit to Steve and Rutgers because, they had a more emotional win than we did. The way they won, I thought they came out with great energy, and I thought I was so proud of my guys because I knew it's tough to bounce back after those wins, but I thought the crowd was phenomenal again. I thought it was a huge factor in our defensive energy.
Kevin, we know what this game means to the fans, and we know what it means to the players. What does it mean to you?
I hate this game. I do. I hate the time of year we play it. It's different, because when I first started, we played home and home. I think until they left the league, so it was always 2 games. I like it much better now that it's 1 game, but it's a no-win situation. I do. It doesn't matter to me at all. It's like I told the team, we're 2-1 in the Big Ten. I know it's important to the fans. It's just never been that big. I'm not from New Jersey. I would concentrate on my team. I concentrate. Every game is when you're a coach, every game is a big game. Seeding, making the tournament. Hate to ruin it for you, but that's now you know what my wife deals with.
How much of a difference has Bryce made, especially down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing, I think with us with Bryce. He gives us the ability to spread the floor at times, and I really liked when Kadary and Bryce were together. I thought that was we went on a 14-0 run with both of them out there in the first half. It gave Kadary a little bit more room to operate. It also gave him a chance to get off the ball a little bit and get his rest. But Bryce has that ability to, and I know the fans aren't used to seeing him play. We've been with him now 2 years, and this is what we see in practice. He's going to take a 38-footer on the break, and he's got that ability. He has that confidence, and I've come to realize you have to let Bryce be Bryce.
Kevin, how does that dynamic work between those two? Because they're obviously both very capable at running the offense and being point guards. How does that dynamic look to you at this point in the season?
I haven't played them enough together. It's obviously we're 9-1. It's worked great, and I think like I said, Kadary's been great. I loved how aggressive he was today in the first half. I mean, it was just phenomenal. And then Bryce, they play at 2 different tempos. Our offense is 2 different ways. When Kadary is a much more, he'll probe you, he'll look, he'll attack you. I can post Kadary, where Bryce is a little bit more of a scoring guard, takes a little bit of pressure off of Jared and Miles or whoever's in there with him. So we have 2 completely different offenses when those guys are in there. I'd like to get to the point where we have, we can play them together because I think it would really help the other guys on the floor.
Kevin, Jared had 14 points in the second half, 2 in the first. Did you say anything to him at halftime? And what was the difference in his game in the second half?
this Jared wanted to win this game. I mean, to the players, they were amped, and sometimes when Jared starts off a little too amped, he plays a little crazy. Like I said, I always say you're going a little crazy, and he always says, "Yeah, I know." Once he kind of calms down, he is a tough guy to stop, and it's just kind of getting him in a rhythm. We called a couple ISOs for him. We called a couple of pin downs for him, and I just thought he got in a good rhythm.
Miles had 5 steals tonight. You know, you've been without him for a little bit. Now that he's fully back, you know, what does that tell you about him as a player?
I mean, I've said this all along for the last 4 years. Miles Cale is one of the best players I've ever coached. It doesn't show up in the stat sheets, but when he's on the court, I'm a better coach. We're a better basketball team. I love the fact he's being much more aggressive on the defensive end. He's going for steals. He's getting in passing lanes. He's the best defender in college basketball.
Kevin,
You
feel
said
like-
that you always set up the schedule to test yourself going into the Big East. I mean, you're 9-1 now in the non-conference with 1 non-conference left. You know, what do you feel you kind of learned about your team, and how do you feel going into the Big East with what you've seen so far?
I think we're battle tested, Adam, and I think we have a chance. I knew the league was going to be a bear. I did. If you looked at the rosters, who came back. I look at. I think Stubbs at DePaul is doing as good a job as any coach in the country right now. I knew what St. John's was going to be like. We knew, everyone knows Nova. I knew what Providence was going to be, one of the better teams in the country, because Nate Watson is, and they added a great guard in A.J. Durham. So I really thought I needed to test this team to learn. This sounds crazy. We didn't play it in front of any fans last year, and it sucked. And this has been awesome, like awesome. Our students, our fans, being at Michigan, even our 2 neutral site games, Ohio State and Cal. I mean, they were packed. There was 4,000. We had a great fan base. So I think more than anything, we're tested. We'll be in situations when you go on the road now where we've been in tough situations, and they can, more than anything, the players have gained experience more than anything.
Kevin, how did you get these guys to play and buy in so well with so many new pieces so quickly?
It's going to sound corny. I don't want to say that, but it's our culture. Everybody kind of knows when they come play for me what it's all about. We're going to work really hard on your individual game, and the only thing I ask is that you play really hard on the court. I try to keep it really, really simple, and I think I have a great staff that we work with our guys. We work really hard to get them better, which I think our kids really appreciate. All the transfers that we get, every transfer I've ever had, they always shake their head by this time of year. It's like, I've never had a coach spend this much time in the gym with me. And that's what our culture is about. So if I'm going to spend all this time with you, and we're going to put all this time into your game, the only thing, you can do whatever you want on offense, just play hard. And that's it. And I think I have a great group of guys that understand that, if they go out and play hard, the ball guy's not going to yell them, and they can have fun.
Did these last 2 games, I mean, just that they're within a couple days, does it replicate in any way like a tournament sort of feel where you have, kind of move on to the next?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, and especially next week's really going to have that feel. We have a really good Iona team, and then we play a really good St. John's team one day later. It's our schedule's been like that. We play a really tough Ohio State game, and then you got to grind it out against a Cal team that's one of the better teams defensively. So, but yes, I'll agree with you. It has felt like that.
Is there some extra behind it going into Iona, going against Coach Pitino, or no?
No, it's like my second father. Yeah.
What do you like about having Bryce's hands late in the game?
The more we're into it, I don't have to make a play up. I don't have to create offense. He can create offense off the dribble. The same way I feel about Kadary. I don't feel like I have to we don't have to run something where sometimes when you run something, defense can take you out of what you run, and then you're stuck kind of what you're doing. With these two guys, I can just tell everybody to get out of the way, and they can create offense.
How much of a difference is it after you got Bryce was hurt last year, you didn't have Kadary? How much of a difference does it get out?
I'm 9-1.
What?
I'm 9-1. It's a big difference. I mean, it's they're, you know, Kadary Richmond's a pro. I mean, you know, he's gonna make a lot of money in this game. You know, and once he gets his, again, once Kadary gets in really, really good shape, I just, there's another gear that people haven't seen with him that I see. He just has to be able to sustain it for 25, 26 minutes. He's not there yet. He's there for the first half. Everybody, I think, saw what it is. He just has to be able to sustain it just a little bit more. And he's working hard at it.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, everybody.